And good morning to you. Back to this Friday with Jay and DL. Jay is actually live in the studio this morning, so he's live and in person. Good morning, sir.
It is great being in person here with you, Troy, and it feels right to be here in person. I like that. Easier to have a conversation.
That is true. That's true, man. I love having you across in front of me there. Also, DL will be joining us telephonically in a minute. And also, we're going to have an abbreviated version today. So we're going to be talking for about 20 minutes. And so we're going to, he said he's waiting. He called the conference line. You remember that one, the conference line that one? Okay, all right. Let me text him. Say,
what about that game last night? While you're texting him, right. It sounds like you wanted Miami to beat Ole Miss.
Of course, man, ACC.
Yeah, usually I think like that, but like I was telling you, it was about Ole Miss winning so they could get back at Lane Kiffin for leaving. That's my only reason.
Forget Lane Kiffin. This is ACC because they dog us out now. They say y'all ain't a football
I get it.
league. Y'all ain't even a basketball league anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, so they're dogging us out. So
you made a good point. I think I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I'm with you. No, it's good.
Yeah, but anyway, though, I mean, look. So every game that Miami, for those that have been following this, we're talking about the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
Every game that Miami has played in, they have been the underdog. Well, actually, they weren't the underdog in this game, actually, because I saw the Vegas line.
Right.
But still, they've been the least ranked team. I put it like that.
That's right.
But anyway, though. And DL, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you and Jay.
Right.
Good morning, DL.
Yeah. Quickly, like I said, everything's going to be a little abbreviated today. So we have about 20 minutes. So our dialogue going to be cut a little short.
Yeah.
So our comments, we just kind of get into the meat of things. But, DL, we were talking about the football game last night, Ole Miss, Miami. And, this trader here was talking about he was pulling for Ole Miss. I mean,
because of you got to take give him context, because I want him to get back at Lane Kiffin. That was my only reason. But you're right. I'm an ACC guy. I should be rooting for ACC.
Come on, what's wrong with you?
I should.
Did you see what I'm putting up with this morning?
Nah, Troy. Now, listen, I get what you're saying, Troy. But you know me, when it comes to if my Tar Heels don't win the NCAA championship in basketball, I root for the ACC teams. You don't, Troy, so you're the same.
No, that's different, though. I'm just saying that's different.
How is that different, Troy?
That's different.
How's that different?
That's different. You saying you root for Duke. Duke is not an ACC team. It's an Ivy League team that happened to be in the South.
That's a good way to look at it. But and Duke is looking very good this year. The Boozer twins.
Yeah, but they're looking good. Of course. And
Carolina's looking good.
They had a bad loss, but still, Duke they had to ease by just the other night too.
Yeah, I saw that.
But look, once you get into conference play, people know you and they're familiar with you. It's not the same thing.
No, it isn't. Going to be a little more competitive, I think, with Duke and Carolina this year. Carolina's sort of fallen off a little bit. This year they look stronger.
Sure, right. So now Carolina's able to catch up because they can buy players, give players money the same way Duke has been doing all along.
Yeah, there might be some truth to that.
There's a whole lot of truth to that. You know it is. But anyway, guys, look, a lot going on, man. Obviously, to my inside of the state of North Carolina, man, you got to give Dave Bolick, Fayetteville native, over the state auditor's office. You got to give him credit, man. I mean,
he's aggressive.
And we needed this all along.
Yeah.
What you think?
Listen, when it comes to auditing, I think there is an important role at the local level, the state level, and I think that there was sort of a level of it seemed a little bit more lax for a while,
right?
But he's gone after some areas that really need. I mean, look at the Carytown manager.
Right.
That thing is a mess. And then the new one is what was the newest one?
The school stuff.
Yeah, the school stuff. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's important that we identify those areas. It's not about, I think a lot of people, just real quickly, a lot of people think that audit is about gotcha. It's not about gotcha. It's making sure that folks are, following the guidelines. And if there are issues, they make recommendations that they should be followed. I think a lot of people are so worried it's all about gotcha. It's not.
Dio?
I agree with you, because what it exposes is like when the state allots money for you to hire workers, when it comes to our mental health providers, I talked about it yesterday, our state mental health facilities, they can't put people who should not be in jail in these hospitals because they don't have employees. Now, they've been funded for these workers, but for some reason they're not been hired. And the same thing at the county level, especially Cumberland and Mecklenburg County, where the employees who have to screen SNAP benefits, well, they didn't have enough personnel to go through these applications quick enough, so the turnaround would allow these folks to get their SNAP benefits. So that's a good thing. Now you have to ask, okay, department heads, what are you doing with this money? Or are you trying to spend it elsewhere? That's the next question.
Well, you see, now what he's talking about, Jay, we're talking about this whole thing of overlap salaries. That was something you would be familiar with,
Oh, yeah.
having worked at the management level
Yeah,
you had. And some people
absolutely.
don't understand that.
Oh, yeah.
What the problem is with that, I interject this, is
And
that...
is this something in the school system specifically?
No. Dave Bullock is bringing this up, too.
Oh, yeah, got it.
But
got
because
it.
he said there's over $1 billion in overlap salaries
Yeah,
in
got
North
it.
Carolina. Okay?
Got it.
So I'm talking about that's within state government.
That's a lot.
So now the challenge that I have, guys, is this, that you have a position that's not filled.
Right.
And you ain't trying to fill it.
Right.
But you are rolling that over into your budget every year.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and so you know that position's not going to be filled however much it pays.
Right.
$6,000, $7,000, $100,000.
Yeah, right.
And now you got that money in your budget.
Yeah.
And it falls under that overlap salary piece. What about that? I mean, because it happens now because you got rotation and people retiring and all this other stuff, but there's a little thing going on because I work for an organization. They know how to really use that overlap salary thing when now it should remain in the same line item. However, some of them go back then and try to get it moved to give people increases, get it moved to travel, all different kinds of things.
That does not happen, I can tell you, at the city of Fayetteville.
Okay, well, great.
I would just put that out there. They really scrutinize that. And, there are positions, they freeze positions, and then eventually they will, unfreeze a position and fill it. But that is an issue where I'm sure some organizations, you're saying that the state now has identified, you said like $1 billion.
Yep.
That's a problem.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I'm not sure. So what did he say was the next steps in addressing that?
Don't know.
Is he going to go organization by organization?
I don't think he has. Well, if he has it, he's not sharing exactly what
Got
the
it.
next step is going to be, but
Got
he's
it.
identifying what the problem is.
Yeah.
Donovan? Yeah.
Well, here's my thing, Troy. Like, I'm gonna go back to the director of the Division of Mental Health Development, those disabilities and substance use services. Those are appointed by the governor. So the Republicans control the purse strings, but the governor gets to appoint a lot of department heads. We should be asking them, what did these department heads do to fill vacancies in these much-needed areas? Because if you think about it, the folks who are going to use mental health the most are going to be more than likely, I would say, poor folks. Folks who need certain services, and we're going to circle back around to the Department of Social Services again. Folks need to be holding those department heads accountable. Okay, where are your bulletin boards at? Where are your job seminars? I've been to a lot of job seminars just to go out over the last 3 or 4 years. I've been in Fayetteville, Charlotte, Fort Bragg. I can't recall seeing somebody from the state of North Carolina at any of them. That's the problem right there. They need to be audited every quarter and say, what are you doing with this money? Why are we not hiring folks?
Right. I mean, at the local level, the director has to be able to justify those expenses to the manager, and then the manager presents his budget to city council. And there's a lot of scrutinizing over these numbers. So, I mean, it's not like the director says, well, I need, 6 new positions and I want to fund 5 new initiatives. Okay, let's move forward. They're going to look at the data to support that before, it's approved. So there really is, at least at the local level, what I've seen both in Fayetteville and Durham, a lot of scrutiny at that level before it moves up and gets approved.
Yeah, what do you call a justified budget, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right,
Absolutely.
Right.
I just can't believe at the state level we have all this excess money and we have positions because folks have been beating the GOP up in Raleigh, and of course we needed Medicare expansion, but it ain't just Medicare expansion. It's a lot of services that the state funds, and we just ain't been putting the personnel in there to do it.
Yeah.
Imagine if we were responsible for running the post office and we just didn't have enough mail carriers, and we didn't get our mail but once or twice a week, how we'd feel.
Good point.
Because we didn't fill the positions.
Right. Well, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. I think fortunately, we have somebody that's looking at that now, and I believe that State Auditor Bolick
And from Fayetteville.
Right, from Fayetteville, is bringing new attention to stuff, and I don't have a problem with them identifying stuff. He's doing his job. But I will say this, though, and I think this will bear out, that most of the, if I use the word corruption now, does not come through audits. It comes through whistleblowers.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
And there's a hotline in Fayetteville as well,
Right,
where people can call and report anything, and then it would be typically, looked into. But you're right, a lot of it comes from whistleblowers.
Right, and there's one for the county as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know the phone number, but there is a number.
But there is a number.
Absolutely.
And so those you all, if you think something other, there's some hanky-panky going on.
Report it.
That's right. Call.
Well,
One of
the auditing
1-800-JAKE report.
Please do not call me at home.
Well, the auditing process takes a while, and that's why certain agencies only get audited. The rotation is just different. I know churches that get audited every year. I know some churches audit every 2 years because of the cost.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's an internal decision, though. I mean, that's not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah, man, that's not. Now, unless they're getting money from some governmental agency or some other funding agency that requires an audit,
right.
That's not.
And the city has an internal audit department, and
Sure.
they also will work with external auditors as well.
And see, like, even with the county, if you're getting money from the county, you have to have a certain amount of money. You have to get in a certain amount of money in order to be required at audit. They have as long as you go to a CPA
but you're right.
and they do your bank statement stuff like that, it's not a full audit. It's not required. You don't have to do that. But anyway, got about 10 minutes left. Let's move into some of this national stuff, man. It's kind of hard to ignore.
It is.
There's a lot of drama going on, particularly people against this whole ICE stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I understand people like Jay that want to call illegal immigrants immigrants. You know what I mean?
I do. But you know what? We're sort of on the same page here, Troy, with what's going on in Minneapolis. I mean,
right.
My thought is this. Again, there's peaceful protesting, and there are people that are instigators.
Right.
And the one thing that does bother me, at least from the footage that I've seen on several stations, there are folks out there that are throwing water bottles, that are really instigating ICE, and it's almost like they want a clash.
They do.
And that is problematic to me. Now, that doesn't excuse, I'm not saying, I'm one that wants to wait until I hear a report.
Right.
Until I make up my mind. The problem also is, and if you listen to the news last night on both Fox and because I was trying to pick up both sides, is the fact that both sides don't trust each other. Minneapolis, the government, the governor does not trust the FBI, and vice versa. So the FBI has decided to do an internal investigation excluding the Minneapolis police. That's only going to cause more distrust.
But I think that's fair, though. I mean, you're doing internal criminal investigation. You don't know who or what scope it brings things into. So an investigative law enforcement agency, I think, should be doing it themselves and not involve a politician.
Well, politicians, I'm talking about the
governor is a politician.
okay, but the Minneapolis Police Department should be involved, and they've been excluded. And I think to be able to share information, to me, it's all about sharing information. These organizations, you know, being in law enforcement, I think the importance of different agencies sharing information is critical. And I don't know what you think about it, DL, but I think to go into the investigation without Minneapolis police causes a big problem, and it's just going to cause more of an uproar.
Deal, your thoughts?
Real quickly, you know this is not going to happen between this federal government and state of Minnesota. If it was a red state, maybe so. But here's my thing. I'm disappointed in all these cities. Charlotte handled ICE well. The leaders, here's what the leaders in these blue Democratic cities need to tell these folks. Like the Chicago superintendent said, we don't control ICE. They don't have to report to us. We don't work for them. But if you get in their way, you risk being arrested, and if you box them in, they may use deadly force in certain situations. I do have a problem with that. And these folks better realize ICE is hiring folks with masks on. We don't know what their background is, and they're not getting the training. They do their training down in Georgia. And most federal law enforcement agencies' training goes anywhere from 4 to 6 months. I've been told that some of these guys are doing 47 days worth of training because Donald Trump's 47th president.
That is correct.
So you have a powder keg. I would not be around these guys because I keep telling folks you're not charging a federal law enforcement officer doing his job. It's not going to happen, whether Trump's in office or not, because everybody before Trump leaves, he's going to pardon them. So I just tell people to be careful. If you're going to protest, do it from a distance. I'm not going to comment on the shooting. I don't like it, but I like to see a lot more angles. I've been busy, so I want to look at a lot of different angles before I offer an opinion on it.
But Troy, don't you believe that that's a problem? The training just alone, the 47 days I've verified, and that's nuts.
Well, I mean,
to
but
give
I don't
someone
know.
a gun. That is true. The 47 days.
But I
has
don't
been-
know what kind of background and experience they bring to the table.
That's
yeah,
true.
that's what I don't know.
That
you know
is
what I mean?
true. That is true.
It could be people that were already in law enforcement. So there's a whole lot of ways to look at that. So now I need more information
I'm sorry,
before
Troy.
I beg your pardon?
I've been out of law enforcement, just almost 5 years. If you're going to try to tell me, hey, come, let's go do ICE, no, I need to be trained just like I'm coming off the street. Because if you join FBI, from a local agency, you don't get you going through the academy.
Yeah, but you're moving up, though. I mean, I understand that, but I'm saying is that, but I don't know because there is a such thing called lateral transfer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I heard what you're saying, but I don't know. You know, so now rumor, innuendo, and all of that, I'm not going to make a statement regarding that until I know more information.
They
Not
get
for
big
me.
signing bonuses too. So this $50,000 or $60,000 signing bonus is going to get people very excited. And again, I don't have the facts, but it probably got a lot of people without the experience saying, "Hey, what a great opportunity!" But I don't know.
Nah, but that's an assumption. That's what I'm saying, right?
It is an
That's
assumption.
a major assumption.
Hold on, we got a few minutes. Troy, we see on social media every day where we see cops do not just federal officers. We see local, state cops doing dumb stuff on social media all the
Who
time.
have been trained.
Yeah, been trained. So the ones that are up there now are no different.
Well, I
And they get
understand,
to
but
hide
look,
their face. And they
I
get
know,
to hide
but
their face.
But no, I mean, you know, you got to, I'm saying, look, I'm an empirically based guy. You got to show me where their training ties into something that they've done wrong or did incorrectly. I mean, that's just me. Well, look, we only got a couple of minutes left. Let's real quickly, this weekend, NFL, okay, Rams, Panthers, make that call.
Well, the Panthers beat them before. Rams will win big.
DL?
Rams.
I'm going Rams too. Okay, now here's classic here. Packers, Bears.
I got to go with the. I got to go with the Bears. Packers have a lot of injuries. I'm going with the Bears.
Vegas has
Bears.
the Packers by one.
I go with the Bears.
Donovan, DL?
Bears.
You going Bears? Okay, I'm going Bears too. Okay, Bills, Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Bills.
You're going Bills. It's in Jacksonville, and the Bills don't have any defense. And
I don't have time to expound. I'm going Bills.
got it. Okay, sorry. I'm with you, Jacksonville.
Jaguars, I mean, the Bills are about 1 in the Vegas line, okay? So I'm going to go Jaguars, too. Okay, 49ers, Eagles.
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 It's at Eagles, of course. I'm going to Eagles, too. The Eagles are about 5 in the Vegas line. Okay, Chargers, Patriots.
Patriots. Drake May, baby.
New England about 3.5. Okay, Texas and the Steelers. Texas and the Steelers.
Steelers.
Oh, I don't want to say. I don't want to upset DL. I'm going to go with that. I'm going with Texas.
Right. Okay, the last one, the Cowboys and the E. Smith.
Cowboys and E. Smith.
Oh my God, Jeff. Let me start off.
I'm going for E. Smith.
Yeah, E. Smith.
Just kidding, guys. Look, our time is up. I had to throw that in. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, Reverend Carl. I know he's Our time is up, guys. We got to get out of here. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us on today. We'll be back on next week, hopefully. But anyway, have a great weekend. Great weather today.
Great seeing you in person, Troy.
Good seeing you too, well, man. Good seeing you, man. You're cool, man.
And
Well, look, we out of here, guys. Y'all have a great weekend.
thank you.